Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So we are discussing about some Java basics. In previous session, we already covered how to create a Java project, how to create packages and sub packages, how to create class. Then in class, we already discussed about variable, constant, and some important points about the and constant. What exactly difference between that? Then we also discuss some standard rules to follow while writing the code. Okay, so in this session, we are going to discuss about method, the main method, then how to create the object. All those things we are covering in this session. So, what exactly the method? So whenever you're writing the code, right? So it will consist of variable, constant, method, and constructor, right? So method, when you're writing, so if you want to perform any particular task, right? So you will write a method for that. Suppose if I take the example of the Amazon, okay. So there is a functionality of suppose you are adding a product into the cart, okay. And so I will write one method for that, okay. So once that is added into the cart, I'm proceeding that product and I will do the payment for that. So for the payment, I will create the another method. So the functionality wise, the task wise, we are creating the different methods so that we can reuse that method. So it is very important to understand the use of the methods. Okay. So let's create the method. So how to create the method? I want to create a method with the name hello. Okay. So in that case, I will just write hello and then control space. So it will give me the suggestion. Okay. So from the suggestion, it will showing me to create the method stuff. That is, we are creating the method body here. Okay. So when you click on this, it will create the method for me. Okay. So currently you can see this is a private method. So we will change this to the public. What exactly the private public, that we'll see in the upcoming session. So these are the access modifier, we will understand that maybe in the coming session. So currently just ignore that, just write the public void hello. So this is our method name. Okay. So I want to print something in this method. So you know that when you are using a C or C++, you are using the printf, right? So for the printing something in the Java, we are using system.out.println. So if it is hard to remember, just you can write SYSO and then control and space. So this will give you this system.out.println, and I'm just printing the message hello here. Okay. Let me create one more method here. So suppose I'm creating public void automation, okay, and I'm printing the, suppose this is automation method. Okay. So I have created this two methods here. Okay. One more thing regarding the variable and constant, you can call this variable and constant inside this method as well. So suppose I just want to print so then suppose I just want to print this age. Okay, I will write the age here, and so I can print the variable as well. And then second part, suppose I'm calling the constant. So you know the variable ABC is the constant here, right? So suppose I'm calling this ABC in this method. Okay, ABC is equal to ABC plus 10. You can see it is giving me error because we cannot modify the constants. Okay, so in that case, let's me try just age plus 20. Okay, you can do that is equal to, see, you are not getting error because this is the variable and we can change the variable value. Currently I'm not executing this. We are seeing the methods here. Okay, so for the hello, I'm printing the message hello, and I will print the this age here. Okay, And for the automation, I'm printing that this is automation method. Okay, so currently we just uh, wrote the methods. We are not added anything other than that. Okay, so I will save this. Okay, and I will try to execute this method. So for the execution, we just need to click on this run button. Okay, now you can see it is unable to launch. The selection cannot be launched and there are no recent launches. So what exactly the issue? So you know that for the C and C++, you need to write a main method. So main method is a point where the actual execution starts. So the same in Java, you also need to add a main method. So in this class only, I'm adding my main method. So just write main and then just control and space and select the first one. You can see this is the complete syntax like public static void main string argument. What exactly the static was, what exactly the string argument, how exactly this will works, we will see this in upcoming session. So currently we just write the main method. Okay, and I'm just printing the message here like this is main method. Okay, and let's try to execute again. Click on the run button. Okay, you can see this is main method, this message display on the console. Okay, so let's see how to call this methods. Okay, how to execute this method. So for the execution of the method, one thing you need to consider is where this method is belongs to, like in which class it belongs to. Okay, so currently this belongs to the this class login as a admin, correct? So what I will do, I will create the object of this class. So how to create object of the class? You need to mention. So let me create object of the class here. Okay, login as a admin, object name I'm giving as a obj is equal to new login as a admin. So that's the syntax for this one. Okay, so if I want to call any method from this class, I need to create the object of that class first. Okay, so I have created object of the class login as a admin. So I'm using this object to call this my two methods, hello and automation. Okay, so obj dot, so you can see these two methods are available here. So first I will call the automation. I'm changing the sequence. First I will call the automation and then I will call the hello method. Obj.automation, then obj.hello. Okay. So you will get this in the suggestion. Just select those methods. Okay. Now save this and we will run this again. You can see this is the main method. This is our print statement that we have mentioned in the main method. Then main method executed the automation method first. Okay. So this is the automation method, then hello and 25. So it's executed in the order like how exactly you call the methods from the main method. So I have decided the sequence. I want to execute the automation first and then hello. So it will executed in the same order. Okay. So currently my methods are in the same class, right? So suppose what will happen if my method is in another class? Okay, what I will do, I will create one more class here. So currently I'm just giving the name as the A only. Okay, and let's create the main method here. Okay, finish. Here I have created the main method. Okay, and I will um, delete this from the this login as an admin method. Okay, so I will remove this from here and save this. So in P class, let's create the object for the login as an admin. So that's the point, right? So we need to create the object first and then only we can call the methods. Okay, so let's create login as an admin, same obj is equal to new, sorry, obj is equal to new login as the admin. Okay. So what exactly the syntax here? Suppose I want to create the class A object. You just need to write what exactly the class name. Okay. Any name to the object. Suppose I'm giving O is equal to new A. So in this way you can create the object of the class name. So this is a very simple syntax to remember. Okay. So in this way you can create the object. Then obj dot. Okay. Here I need to call my hello method first. Okay. Obj it's capital O. Okay. And then again obj dot automation. So you can see the method here, automation, right? So I'm calling this method automation here. Okay, and we will run this again. Okay, so click on the run. You can see first it prints hello 25 and this is the automation method. Okay, so this is the correct. Suppose right now my both the classes are in the same package, okay? But I'm executing the main method outside my package. So suppose in the login user, this is my another package. Let me create one more class here, okay? And I will give the name as the B, okay? And let's finish this one. Let me create one method here. So for the method, I'm writing public void. I'm giving the name as a suppose testing. Okay. And I will print the message, a simple message like this is testing method. Okay. And I want to call this method into this A class. So A class is in another package. So A class in login.admin and this is the other package login.user. So how to call that as we discussed? Let's create the object of the class B. So B obj1 is equal to new B. Okay. So now you see you are getting this error. Why you are getting this error? Because this B class is in another package. So how to resolve that? You need to import this package. Okay. When you click on the error, you can see this imported the package login.user with the class B. So now you can see the error is removed. Okay. So suppose I want to call the method there obj1 dot, you can see the testing method here. Okay. So let's call this testing method and now let's run this again. Run as Java application. So now you can see the hello method first executed hello 25. This is automation method and this is a testing method. Okay. So currently we just have this uh, one package as a login admin and we imported one more package from the login user P. Let's create one more class in the login user. So I will quickly create the class name as the C here. Okay. And I will add one method here. So public void new method. Okay. This is my new method and I will just print the message here. This is new method. Okay. So I have just created one more class in the login.user. Okay. So go to the A class and So we already have the object for the class B. Now we need to create the object for the class C. Okay, new C. Hmm. Then I need to import this class as well, right? So I will click on the situation and I imported this class. Now call this obj2 dot new method. Okay, and let's quickly run this one. So this is executed properly. Now you can see I have imported here the login.newuserB and C. So suppose if there are multiple classes present under login.newuser and my main method is in another package, that is login.admin. In that case, every time we need to import this uh, for the different classes, right? So instead of that, we can do one thing, remove this one, and instead of the class just put the star here. Okay, so this will import all the classes from the package login.newuser. Okay, so till now we have seen like what exactly the methods, how to create the methods. Okay, then the print statement, that is the basic, how to create the object, how to call the methods from the different package and from the same package. Okay, okay. Let's discuss few more practical example of the methods and how we can pass the argument in the method and how to return the value. Okay, so for that we will take one practical example. Suppose I'm having a student and I want to calculate the percentage of the marks of that student. Okay, so suppose the student name is ABC and we are calculating the percentage for the subject, suppose mathematics and English. Okay, so basically out of 100, they will get the marks and we will calculate the total marks out of 200, and by multiplying it into 100 we will calculate the percentage. So we need to write the method to calculate the percentage. Okay, so I'm creating the method with the name percentage. Okay, in that method I'm giving the creating the two variables and the math. Suppose that student got 80 marks in the math and 70 marks in the English. We are just taking the example. Okay. Now let's calculate the total marks. Suppose float marks, total marks is equal to, uh, we need to add these two numbers. So we need to add math plus English. Okay. And that will be the total marks. And when I need to calculate the percentage, right, I will just take this total marks divided by 200 and completely I will multiply this by 100. So this will calculate our percentage. Okay. So in the main method, let me just create the object. Object is already created. I will just call my method here, name as the percentage. We need to print the percentage as well. Let me print the percentage. Okay, and then we run this program. Now you can see the 75%. So 80 plus 70, that will be 150. 150 divided by 200. Okay, 0.75 into 100, that will be 75%. So that's correct. But if you see the problem here, suppose currently we just calculated this percentage for the ABC student. What if I have like 20 different students and I want to calculate the percentage of their marks as well. Okay. In that case, I cannot create percentage one, percentage two different methods, right? I need to reuse the methods, correct? So for that, what I will do, I will just comment this, okay? And here I will create the different method named as a public void sum, okay? Or we will create the name as a total marks. Why we are creating the different method for the total marks? Suppose in future there will be the requirement just to print the total marks, right? In that case, you uh, you don't need to depend on the any other method. You can reuse this method, right? Or maybe you are using this total marks for some other purpose, right? So in that case, we can reuse the method. So break down the functionality in short methods and then create that. Okay. So what I'm doing, so instead of just taking this int maths directly from the here, I will tell the user to provide me this information. So I will write here int maths and int English. Okay. So I'm asking user to provide me the information like what exactly the marks that XYZ student got in a mathematics and what exactly the marks he got in a English. Okay. So after that, I will just write the same float total marks, okay, is equal to this maths plus English. So I will just copy this from here. Okay. So it will give me the total marks. Okay. Right now I will create another method for public void percentage. Okay. And in this method, I will calculate the percentage. But to calculate the percentage, we need this total marks, right? So for that, what I will do, I will return this total marks and I will use this total marks here. So I'm just returning this total marks from the here, and this is the float value, right? So instead of the void, we need to change that method return type to the float. So you are getting this suggestion as well. So let's change that. So now it's returning the float value. Okay. So in the percentage, I will write the same float percentage. So whatever the value written from this, so you can see we are returning this total marks here, right? Correct? So whatever the value returns from this, we are using that in this method. Okay. So how to use that? When you go here, if you see obj dot total marks, I will save this total marks into one variable. Okay. That will be float total. Okay. And what I will do, I will just write obj dot percentage. Okay. So this is my method percentage, and here I'm adding this total. So whatever the value this method is returning, I'm saving that in this total variable, and with this total variable I'm passing this for the to calculate the percentage. Okay, let's run this program. Now you can see the total marks are 150 and the percentage is 75. Okay. So just let do one thing. You can see 150 and the 75. So instead of creating this another variable, I can directly use this as well. Okay. So I will just cut this from here, obj dot total marks, and I will just paste it here, and I will remove this entire statement. Okay. So now right now I'm just calling one method that is the percentage, where I'm taking the value from the total marks. So for right now I don't need to want a total marks. What exactly the total marks? I just want a percentage. In that case, I'm using this object, okay, and I'm taking value from that. Save this and just run this. You can see we are getting both the object, both the methods are running here. So 150 and 75. Okay. So that's it for the today, guys. In today's session, we already covered how to create the methods, how to use the print statement, then how to create the objects, how to use the different methods from the same package, then different package. We already covered that, the import thing, right? Then we also covered like the method with the arguments, then with the return type, right? So that's it for the today. For the next session, we will start with the constructor and what exactly the real-time examples of that as well. So we will cover that in the next session. So thank you for the today. Have a nice day.